Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this. And then you are that. They move the buttons around on the CPC keyboard. I'm not used to it. Ah, well. No, it's that way around. I always got that the wrong way around. There you go. And then one of those. Oh, syntax error. Let's try that. Is that gonna run? There you go. Look at that. That's pretty good for someone who hasn't touched Locomotive Basic for like 30 years at this point. Oh, it has been 30 years, hasn't it? Man, I'm old. Anyway, here's that. Hey, folks, I'm CPC Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Let's stop that. Let's actually just reset you. So, this right here, this was a September incentive. This is the Amstrad CPC. It is, or was, I should say, a color personal computer. That is what CPC stands for. And it was produced between 1984 and 1990. It was the very first computer that I ever used. It was the first computer my family had. Ignore the 2015 line. The device has been modified, but you know what? It's fine. And yeah, September award. I'm going to show off why I chose CPC Gamer as my name. So, well, I've seen The Apprentice, Empirical Woodland. Lord Sugar fires 10% of his staff every week. I've seen it with my own two beautiful blue eyes. And it's not a sustainable business model. So there you go. Right. So let's get going. The first thing I'm going to do is to show you how to do anything with this. Because as you see, there's no mouse interface. This is just like text parser. That's not a viable command. Ignore that. Actually, I think there was a mouse for like the GX 4000. Anyways, this is a 664, which does not have that. So, first thing you have to do, in order to load a game, you have to catalog everything that is on the disk. There you go, loader.bat. 2 whole bits of information. That's like, how much is it gonna cost for me to just like tell you this? More than 2 bits of information, let me tell you. And then you have to tell it to run the thing that will load the game. Now, in this instance, it's loader, fairly easy. Sometimes it's like the name of the game, or like block 1. Sometimes it'll be menu, but you know, it's usually fairly obvious what you have to load. And then you do that, and it loads. Eventually. So we're going to begin at the beginning, as one does, with the very first video game that I ever played. And the first game that I uploaded to my channel. It's Fruit Machine by Paul Eitman from 1984. That's it. That's all you do. Oh, this game's great. Oh, you're not gonna do it right out the gate, are you? You wouldn't dare. Ah! Game my endorphins. Alright, come on. Give me that 7. Oh. But we do get this, like, semi-middle gambling mode, which is pretty cool. So with this, we can... Actually, hang on. Where is... Penguin pointer. Alright. So you can gamble, which has a chance to move this lumber over here to the right. Chances are you're just going to lose and go here to the left. You can nudge situationally very useful, because it will respin the reels, so you can't just, like, shuffle this guy up to get the jackpot. You can win a spinner, which I have never understood what it does, like, ever. Or, I have to click back into that window. There you go. C for collect. You play it safe. Safety gamer. That's me. Yeah, the first game I ever played was gambling. It does explain a lot now, doesn't it? Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. Man, I don't do sound alerts in my channel. I don't like them. But if I did, that little oh sound, that would absolutely be one of them. That is ingrained in my mind. It's always funny. So yeah, this was the first game I ever played, and it's not the most advanced fruit machine simulator on the Amstrad. That would probably be Advanced Fruit Machine Simulator for the Amstrad. Or like Fruit Bank 2000 or something. But this was the first one. And I'm gonna hold you. And I played the hell out of this game. For the most part because it was the game that I owned. You know what I mean? But like, man, so many wasted Saturdays just firing this up and playing it away. Don't even tease me, game. Give me that thing. Aww. So, the story behind how this came to be. My dad went to university, and as any of you know, if you have been, I think most of us present have or intend to, or at least know someone who has, a lot of writing. A lot of papers, a lot of lesson plans, lots of scheduling conflicts, all of this. And I'm not going to hold you. So rather than writing it all up, or... Aww. Rather than typing it all up, got himself an Amstrad CPC. And, like, Home Office 2, or whatever it was. And with it, a copy of Fruit Machine. And because realistically, the Amstrad was created as like a video gaming machine. It was supposed to compete with the Spectrum and C64. Good luck with that. Oh, so because we have 3 lemons, we've got this screen. We start slightly further along in the sequence. So if we gamble, it will go up to 70 or down to 30. We already have a built-in winner spinner and a couple nudges. In fact, alright, winner spinner. Collect that, because I don't want to gamble it. There you go, that's what a winner spinner does. I don't know. You got me. You keep teasing 7s, game. I know it takes a long time for that jackpot to show up, but I'd be so happy if you landed that. It's not going to. But yeah, it's really interesting to me as well that there's like there is a thread directly connecting me sitting in the living room, age 4, playing this. And that thread extends all the way down to me right now, slightly older than age 4, playing this in my own place for you guys. And you all get to join in. And that's something I think about a lot. Where was that third 7 for most of this game? What are you playing at? But yeah, it's something that I think about. How what if this hadn't happened? What if my dad had gone into a different field of some kind? You know, would I have done that? Would I be really into agriculture, sport? If my dad had done that and I had access to, I don't know. I'm CPC gamer. How you doing? So something that this game does that I really appreciate, there's a reason I've stopped here. When you've got 500 into the machine, game ends. And you get this unpleasant gradient. I'm playing it again. I don't care. I'm going to do this again. Because that's how you do well in a casino. If you go to a place that is called Caesar's Palace, and it's got like gold and gemstones on the walls, and you think, I'm going to be the one to come away with money in this transaction, you're just a fool. And so this game is how you do it. You play your $20 or whatever it is, and then you walk away. Oh, but I'm about to win. No, you're not. Your $20 is up. Also, I don't know how old you think I am, Crawley, but, like, I don't know that would have happened. That was slightly beyond my time. Although this is very much like, I mentioned to my cousin that I saw the Mario Brothers movie from 1993, and she asked if it was in black and white. And I'm like, I will frown at you, kid. Oh, now then. Do I want to risk a 3 sevens that's not going to come up? Or do I want to risk a bar and then a gamble and see if that gets me that jackpot? Give me a bar. Ah. What an amazing sound. To be fair, Crowley, yeah, that does happen a fair amount in time travel stories. We were talking about this in Lolly's channel the other day. That's like the point. I'm not enjoying Misfits anymore. What game? What are you waiting for? It's a shame we're probably not going to see the jackpot, because let me tell you guys something. When I said that I was going to be doing a CPC stream, and Fruit Machine was on that list, my dad effectively recreated the jackpot sound fairly accurately, which shows, because he was into playing this game as well. So, like, aww. But, like, yeah, he enjoys this sort of thing as well. You see, I didn't do very well at this game when I was younger. Oh, what the hell? You're not going to give me that on the win line. You're just going to drop that there. Can we just nudge everything up by 1? Please. Apparently not. Man, I want to clip that and put it on my channel and be like, yeah, no, it took me half an hour to get that footage from my original video. I'm still trying. It's not happening. Did I mean to hit that collect button? No, I didn't. But I'll take it, because that's 20p out the machine. And that was 10. Man, you are giving me nothing to work with, game. It's like you know that I'm live. Alright. I was kind of hoping I could gamble all the way to a jackpot. Genuinely, I was. Anyways, that was Fruit Machine by Amsoft. That's the first game I ever played. And this made me what I am today. A little floaty penguin in the sky. Look at that. Now, something you probably can't hear, because it's generally quite soft, is the Amstrad hardware has like a soft coil whine, or hiss, excuse me. Can't really hear it because like it's very soft, and I'm fading it in and out. You'll hear it when I like reset and pause so I can switch discs, and I don't want to make that horrible cable pop sound. So we're going to go over here to this screen, where I go over here and switch discs. Alright, so that was the first game I ever played. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it. Let's play the worst game I've ever played. Genuinely, this is one of the absolute dirt worst video games that I have ever played. And words cannot do this justice. Joystick. Level 1. Number of lives, let's go with 10. Dead! Oh yeah! You love it! Why isn't my button working? Let's turn that off. Yeah, this music's not very good. It goes on like that for longer than it reasonably should. Anyways, hi, what's up? This game is called Bridget. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And the deal is, these little kids are walking home from school, or going to school, or something, and they're doing so across the most rickety bridge system you have ever seen, and it is your job to control those bridges and make sure that these kids, dead, do not fall into the lake and presumably die. And this is all you do. This is it. It's not very good, is what I'm saying. And, like, turning the music off makes it a little more bearable, but no. That game's really, really bad, and I mostly loaded it just to be like, they're not all winners on the CPC, let me tell you, this one's awful. Right. You have lost. Press S to restart, press that button to reset the console and switch discs. I'm not doing that again. Right, next up is... back to you. Next up is my dad's pick. Because when I said to my dad, hey, I'm going to be doing a CPC stream, my dad said, what about that one game where you were like these robots and you had to push the thing along the road? What was that game called? I don't remember. I remembered. That game is called Highway Encounter. Ooh, demo. Can I just look at a demo? Ooh. Oh, I can. Maybe the game will just play itself. Here we go. I can just kick back and... oh, actually not do that. Alright, let's go back over here. I was expecting the card game Bridge. Do you know what? I don't know how to play Bridge. I feel like I would honestly sooner play a computer version of Bridge than whatever the hell Bridge it is supposed to be. It's like a Game & Watch game, but like really, really bad. Also, yeah, these aren't Daleks. What are you talking about? They're probably called Carla or something like that. We had some really creative writers on the CPC. So, the way this one goes is we are these little fellas, and we're pushing this crystal along. Yes, we're pushing this little crystal along. the guys behind me will automatically move. They are going to loop back around and straight into my formation, aren't they? No. I'm very surprised. So it's my job, as squadron leader, to... Will you get out of the way? The Mooey Boy has arrived. Hello, Reese. Are you ready for some junk from the 1980s? Because that's what we're doing. Oh, no! I've lost control. They're running off without me. Right. This is a puzzle. Are you ready for a puzzle? This confused me a lot when I was a kid. I tried to just run these guys past it. But, like, I realize now what you have to do. Bit of that. There you go. See, that guy, the little spark, is stuck now. And it can't move. And then if we nudge you along... Come on. There you go. I'm playing stuff that's older than you are. Reese, Man. Go to your room. Stop it, will you? Junk from the 80s describes me in Empirical Woodland fairly well. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you're in your room? Well, good. Think about what you've done. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, I know how to do this. I know how to do this one. Also, I saw the best sweater ever. Your mom is an absolute treasure for A, owning such a thing, and B, gifting it to you. How do I do... Oh, I know how I do this. I know how we do this. What we do... I may have gotten that quite wrong. Yep. So what you can't tell, or maybe you can, the game's running on tank controls. Ah. So when your guy gets shot or otherwise incapacitated, the guy at the back of the formation takes over. Are you gonna move out the way there, Barrel? There you go. And on we go! That was done deliberately. I will guarantee you the devs did that deliberately. I assume games before double stick, even the early ones with double stick, have tank controls. Pretty much, yeah. Because this was done with, like, the Kempston joystick, which was, you know, your standard a joystick with one button. There is a picture somewhere, my parents had it up on the wall, of little 4-year-old me, or however old I was, No! Playing a game that is on today's list, actually. And I'm sitting there with, like, proper joystick etiquette, hand on the joystick, the other hand's got a thumb on the button, ready to go. The question is, did you do that deliberately? No, I didn't. Although I will say, this is the best I've ever done at this game. So, yes. Let's keep it going with Highway Encounter. I didn't know there was a bridge. I thought it was just gonna be... I thought it was just gonna be like the cornfield the whole time. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, look at this, the Daigo parry! Except it's the 8-bit version. Right, so because my squadron is now dead, it's up to me. Vortons. They're called Vortons, not Daleks. I thought I did okay. The game ranks me somewhere between try again and poor dreadful. Fantastic. So what do you have to do? I didn't get proper chance to show it off. You have to push the crystal along. So not only do you have to contend with solving puzzles, you have to contend with then navigating back to the start and going through them. And there you go, CPC Gamer, a highway hero. You love to see it. Alright, next on the list is... where are we? Next on the list is you. I thought you might like that one, Reese. I was debating what to put on my disc change screen, and then I thought, wait, I have the perfect thing. Let's just put that. Everyone loves the rotating penguin. Alright, the next game on the list is... you. No. Something about enemies. No, we don't want that. Good luck finding an uncracked version of most of these games, by the way. Anyways, this is Set Willy. This is like... hopefully this isn't blasting your ears out like it is mine. Oh my goodness. This is Set Willy. This is, like, the 8-bit video game. Every 8-bit console had this. And it's... I don't know. This is very much what gaming was in this era, which... look at it. This is great. Where's my button? Where's my button? Enter. Enter to start. Okay. We begin in the bathroom. As we should. And I'm going to pick up the tap and score a point. Incidentally, Set Willy is the only game I know that has a man with his head in the toilet on the box art. Good times. Yes, that was Moonlight Sonata, Crowley. I don't know why they picked that for Set Willy, but they did. Branwen, welcome on in. Empirical Woodland, I can absolutely believe you had a copy of this for the Spectrum. I had a copy of this on CPC. Everyone had a copy of this. This is what was like a template for a lot of retro games. You walk around a weird maze of disconnected screens and very basic shapes and animated enemies just move around in predictable patterns, and you have to get around them. I'm going to bed. I can't go to bed. So that's the plot of the game. Okay, so the plot of the game is... let's see if I remember this Empirical Woodland. I'm sure you'll tell me if I get it wrong. This guy, this is Miner Willy. And in the previous game, Manic Miner, he made a lot of money. And he bought this massive house. And he had a party, and now he wants to go to bed. But the maid over here, she won't let me go to bed. I have to go and tidy up the house. And then I can go to bed. And that's the plot. Go and tidy up the house. Actually, yeah, there we go. Is that a kappa? Surely that's not going to be a kappa, because this was 1980s England, and we didn't, like, know about Japan at that point. It wasn't discovered then. Oh, actually, right, this screen right here. So, the Amiga version of this game doesn't use ratchet scrolling like this does. It doesn't just, pop you one screen to the next like this one does. It's all one contiguous map and it scrolls. Which means that at some point you go through a door and just become a flying pig. And the game doesn't explain that. It just sort of happens for one room. And there it is. Wild. Am I going to get that? No. I'm not going to get... look at this. I'm not getting that. Sorry, I'm haunted. Absolutely haunted. So, my dream project, if ever I get it together, my dream project is something along the lines of La Mulana, but for the CPC, not the MSX. And the optional secret dungeon in that game is called the Banyan Tree. Because of this screen right here. This is as far as we're going to get through this game. Because this screen kind of hates you. Am I going to do it my first try? No. Good. Because that would make me feel really stupid. Now. And now you're just dead. This game kind of hates you. I got 2 things, and that gets me most of the way up the high score table. That shows you how well they expect you to do in this game. What was the music button? There you go. Hopefully this isn't blasting me out. I feel it's blasting out the sound effects. My goodness. Right. I'm gonna go try that again. I'm gonna get past that stupid tree. I'm gonna get stomped by a nightmare maid. We're doing so well, you don't even know. But yeah, in my game, it would be called Amstrad Action. The optional secret dungeon. Dead. And then you just boot it back to the title screen and Moonlight Sonata plays. And you just sit in, like, just the futile nature of what you've just done. Let's try again. Yes, Crowley, the tap from the bath is a piece of garbage that you have to pick up. Wild. So yeah, this is why I would call my secret dungeon in my game the Banyan Tree. Because of that screen, I've never gotten past it. And I don't think today is going to be any different. Yep, okay, good. This is also one reason why I didn't turn on infinite lives. Because if I did, then it would just sit on that screen doing that. Just like, pew, 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 over and over again, forever, until I gave up and turned off the machine. Also, right, I appreciate how the game timer goes up to the thousands of hours. How long does this game expect itself to be? Because, no. Actually, it's not that... Ah! I got myself coming and going with that one. Alright, we're going to do one more run. But I'm going to show you something else that you can do with this game. Because, like I say, that's why we're not going to get through the Banyan Tree today. The way you can progress through this game, let's see if I can remember how to do it right. You can... There you go. If you land sort of at an angle on the stairs, you fall through them. So here's the rest of the game. That off-screen kappa killed me. Good job. Ooh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm apparently not going to go downstairs because the fleur-de-lis is going to kill me. There we go. Is that a fleur-de-lis? That one's probably just a spider. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this little bunny over here to do that. Apparently that's a conveyor belt. But there you go. Now I have 7 points. The highest score anyone has ever achieved in Set Willy. I will be submitting this to games done at some point, which is it's my new convention. I deserve that. I didn't deserve that one, which is my new convention. Games done at some point. There we go. I like how the broken bottles are not pieces of junk that we have to pick up, but like the tap is. Ah, get away from here. What's it from? Later Nude or whatever the hell that game is. Oh, and we're dead. Well, do you know what? 7 items, 9 rooms. I'll take it. I'm older than I was. I am more skilled than I was. I am going to get through that stupid tree. If it kills me, I'm going to get through that stupid tree. It might. Maybe I'm just going to give it like 1 or 2 more tries, and then I'm going to go and load whatever is next on my list. Do you know what, Crowley? One of the jokes I made in my Monty on the Run video is one of... Oh! Ah! We nearly had it! I was so close! Just as I fall, just the light slowly recedes away from my grip. One of my earlier videos was Monty on the Run. And that's got one of my favorite jokes in it, which is a non-joke. And I'm annoyed that like one of my earliest videos has one of my favorite jokes in it, because what have I been doing since then that, you know, here we are. Okay, so we need to go when the devil is down, but also so is the computer chip. Okay, so that's gonna be now. It's not gonna be now. Okay. That's Set Willy, everybody. A game that hates you. There's an MMO, or there was an MMO version of this. They just let everybody play it all at the same time. And, nah. It didn't do very well then either. Right, what is next on my list? Well, do you know what we're gonna play? We're gonna play you. Maybe don't get too excited, Crawl. It is Monty, but perhaps not the one you're thinking. I'm gonna go with that one. And we're gonna go for level 1. Also, I don't know why all these cracked games are French. They just sort of are. Anyway, it's Monty Python's Flying Circus. Yeah, they had a game. Press fire to start. Alright. Maybe I shouldn't have done that one. I don't know keyboard commands. I might be playing on the joystick for this one. And then that's jump. Alright. So, the story behind this one is that Mr. Gumby's brain has gone missing. All the bits of it. And we've got to go and find it. And it's set up to be like the animation segments in the game. In the show, rather. Which, do you know what? If you're going to do anything with Monty Python, I feel like that's a pretty good way of doing it, because the animated in-betweeny bits, they could be literally anything. And, oh, that's a 16-ton weight. Don't swim into that. I recognize these sound effects. I know exactly what those sound effects are from. I think they're from a different game. Yeah. Well, that's the one I'm doing next. Um, and you're talking about collecting all the spam. Spam is what we are firing. It's, at least it's supposed to be what we're firing. I don't know that for sure, but from what I recall, that's what we're doing. This game also had, in some versions, it had pretty interesting copy protection, where you had to identify bits of cheese. Like, the manual just had pictures of cheese, and they were recreated in the game, and you had to, like, right, what is this? And then he goes, sorry, sir, this is not a cheese shop. But that's knackered that sketch, hasn't it? And then you move on to the next bit. Bees? Oh, hang on. Are you a button? Oh, you are a button. This thing over here, that's a button. Also of note, you may have seen on the title screen, it was talking about today's lowest score. That's how they've subverted that in this game. We started the game with like 99 million points, and the score is slowly going down as we defeat enemies, complete tasks. Also, I don't know how much this is shown off, like, in the gameplay. Oh, there you go. I'm not doing that. Our character is buoyant and is constantly moving up at this point, and I have to fight against it. Also, I don't know if this is the argument clinic. I don't know who this character is. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, were there any teacher characters in Monty Python? And possibly, because this was the meaning of life out at this point? Because, you know, notably there is a teacher in that. I will know the argument clinic. No, I won't. I'm just going to take a contrary position and claim that to be an argument. There is meaning of life. Okay, so maybe that was what that was. But this is, I don't know. I bring this one up because the giant boot in Set Willy is obviously... Oh my god, it's the Spanish Inquisition! With the soft cushions. How dare they? Oh yeah! The Australian philosophy professors. I love that little song. Oh, that's a good little song. But yeah, I brought this one up because, like, the giant boot in Set Willy just reminded me of the giant boot from this. Alright, forget you, game. Forget you! Admittedly, I'm playing this a little more recklessly because I've got the infinite energy cheat going on, but, like... Hey, I can get away with that because I actually would like to show off more than the first screen of these games, which is wild because the CPC had a lot of really hard, unfair games. Are we going to get to some of those? Yes, in fact. Are you just going to keep coming? Yes, you are. So I'm just going to tank that hit and keep on going. Hey, there we go. We completed level 1. That I think that's gonna be that's gonna be me for Monty Python. The advertisement for this game kind of scared me because it had the big caricature of Mr. Gumby, like this guy, just looking directly at you, being like, "Oh, buy this game." And I didn't know what the show was, so I'm like, what is this terrifying man? Yeah. Okay, and I am... Do you know what? This actually works out fairly well, because... Where are you? There you are. Run loader. Because where... Oh no! Is that gonna do it? Yes, it is. So, do you remember when I was playing Axiom Verge, and I said, "Wow, this game looks like Switchblade"? This is Switchblade, which I believe this game uses some of the same sound effects as Monty Python that we just now looked at. I'll tell you, it's got a pretty banging soundtrack. For that long he has slept, his mind feeding on the nightmares of the weak. Now he has awakened. As the night bled crimson, the fireblade shattered and its power died. Then the slaughter began. They never thought he would return. Now havoc reigns the Undercity. I am Hero, last of the Blade Knights. I must rebuild the Fireblade and bring the dawn. Also, look at this 90s anime. We didn't know what anime was, but we knew that he was one. Right. Do you remember when I said, yeah, Axiom Verge looks like Switchblade? I may have been slightly mistaken. I was mostly thinking of the color scheme. Look at it. Yeah. Love this game. Now, you know that whole thing where you start a level, you turn around and go the other way? For me, I get that from this game. Because if you turn around and go left at the start of the game, look at all this! Look at all this level we're exploring. Oh, I thought you could break that one. It's been a while. But yeah, you got this little underground nook, and it's full of, secrets, which is full of even more secrets. And now I've got, shuriken. Isn't that great? This music's great. I've used the Switchblade intro music for... Did I just get caught on that fire? I sure did. I have used the Switchblade intro music for a couple of my streams in the past, and man, big fan. So this game, right? This game is trying to be, and to its credit, I think it does a pretty okay job. It's trying to emulate Metroid. Oh, that's the one that I could have bust open. I knew it was one of them. Look, it doesn't completely emulate Metroid, because there's no, permanent power-ups. You're not going to get the missile tanks, or anything like that. But, as you will see as we go a little further in, this was not a very good power-up. It's also not very easy to do on joystick. There you go. So, bottom right, kind of hiding behind my head, is the power gauge. Let's just get rid of you. I don't need you. So, if we tap it, we do a little punch, and we've got a high kick, and a low sweep at full energy. Also, fall down a pit, and lose most of your health, and a life. Get wrecked, nerd. This game is kind of hard. But there is a life pickup over there. So yeah, this is like Metroid, in that it is just... Game! In that it's just this one big continuous map, rather than levels. And the bits you haven't explored, they're just left covered up until you do explore them. And run away from that guy. I need to deal with you right now. Although I'm pretty sure I do need to double back. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was one of them. Because I played the demo for this game so much when I got it. It came with Amstrad Action. It was like Volume 4 or something like that. And basically, as soon as you went down this ladder, the game ended. Or at least the demo ended. Which, do you know what? Given that they included the secret at the start of the level, I think that's fine. This is like a fairly decent vertical slice of the game. Because it does kind of show off essentially everything that the game has to offer. It's a couple of hours long in all. Because, no, seriously, this game is huge. Let's just collect those bits. But yeah, I really liked the demo. Mainly because it was better than the next game on the disc, which is called Bulldozer, and I hated that. That was one of those, like, slide all the tiles into the correct slots. The kind of gameplay I describe as among the worst in the world. Shouldn't have done that. You gotta go from this crate, this second crate, come on, and do I mean Sokobon? I might mean Sokobon. There you go. Right. That is a piece of the Fireblade. I can now complete this game. And what the game does, it's pretty cool about this actually. There is enough pieces just scattered around the game that you are almost certain to get one of them. And you only need one of them. And you are good to go. The more you find, the more ridiculous and elaborate that thing becomes up there. Oh no! Oh no! Hero, attach to the ladder, please. You got these little squid fellas coming to get you. Come on. Ladder. There you go. There you go. Well, it's a good job I wanted to come down here, isn't it, squid fella? Because I'm pretty sure this way is progress. I remember. It's been a minute. But yeah, it was one of those games, Bulldozer. It was one of those games where you had to... You were a bulldozer, and you had to shuffle balls onto little X's on the map. And if you pressed them against the wall, then you couldn't... Dead. Then you couldn't pick them back up again. And... lifelong vitriol towards games like that. I do not like them one bit. They're not fun. To me. Where did my fireballs go? Probably because I lost a life. Anyway, here's enemy number 2. Kind of obscured, but these little Centurion guys, I like the look of those. Am I... Yeah, there you go. This is why I put on the infinite life cheat. Because, as with Monty Python, probably game over, several times over by now. And I don't fancy doing that. I kind of want to explore. Yeah, look at these moves! I've doubled back on myself. Oh, that's right. I remember. This isn't one that we're gonna go all the way through. my plan is find the first boss, which I believe is just up here. Also, I'm prepared to admit, I may have been slightly off in the weeds when I said this game is very much like Axiom Verge. Like, the color schemes are the same on occasion, and, you know, you'll occasionally see bits of wiring hanging from the ceiling, but in all, that's about it. I can't get back out of this. I'm trapped. Maybe we're not gonna get to the first boss then. Maybe I'm gonna... Let's see what's this way. This should just be the ladder back out of here, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's just the ladder back out of here. Well, that makes sense. Oh, wait. I see what I have to do. Do you see what I have to do? This is where the game's Metroid influence comes in. Fall off platforms, that's what I have to do. You remember Metroid Prime? Doing a lot of that. This does not bode well for a game that I'm going to be doing like right at the end of all of this. Can I even make that jump? I don't know if I can. I should be able to. Yes, I can. Anyways, these blocks are cracked. And so are you. Game, could you stop doing that? Oh yeah, there we go. First boss time. It's a giant tick. You don't want Lyme disease. I'm pretty sure that's what ticks do. Sadly, not the tick, Crowley. That would make this game a lot better. There is probably a strategy to this, and that strategy is come in with infinite life and tank every bullet directly to your face. I never said I was particularly good at this game. There you go. And now we're into level 2, which looks suspiciously like level 1. But like, how amazing is it that this game loads the entire map in one go? Like, this game's huge, and it doesn't do loading tunnels like Metroid does. I'm genuinely amazed. That game's a lot of fun, but like I say, it does kind of go on a bit. But also, it doesn't use the sound effects that I was thinking of. So I'm gonna go over to you. Oh, actually, yeah. Stryker and the Crypts of Trogan. No. Start on level 1. Can I just force the 128k version on this? Let's do that. By the way, pay attention to this guy. This is our main character. You'll see why. I'm gonna do this on joystick. Look at this rotoscoping! This is where Faith got it from! Look at these moving parts! The future is now! Also, the guy's name has changed. Now it's Stryker with an I. Alright, anyways. Where's my button? There's my button. The weak shall perish! First of all, look at this spectacular gradient in the background. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Only on the 128k version. Didn't have a 128k growing up. I was very sad. Oh, have you just turned off enemy collision? That's hardly fair. So, this thing popping out of the ground, that hurts you. That skeleton over there, that hurts you. Or at least it is supposed to. It currently isn't, because I'm invulnerable. But, like, cool, whatever. That's the sound effect I was thinking of. That little woo. That's what the Monty Python game was doing. I'm fairly certain. Incidentally, this was the same team that made Switchblade. It's the same engine as Switchblade. It's, to an extent, the same game. It's medieval Switchblade. Standing and firing does this little punchy thing. Ducking does this little... I think it's a sword. Like he's doing a little quick draw thing. Is the coloring of that sky what they called copper effect back in the day? It's what they called the reason you buy a 128k, because just so many colors all at the same time? What is this future land? Man, I haven't played this game for so long. I remember this little hole in the ground where Skelemans pop out of. That is wild and crazy to me. These little balloons are fun. What you have to do is you have to attack them. And they will inflate. Or pop and you don't get them anymore. I think they just provide points. So it's not like the end of the world. Ooh, I want you. I forget what that does. I think it's something cool. I think that's a weapon. Get out of here, that fall was too much. Look at that! The gradient changes color! That's the future! Video games will never be the same now that we've worked out scene transitions. Anyways, this right here, this is the final boss of Switchblade. In that game, it's like a mechanical skull, but it had the exact same pattern as this one, where it just sort of floats out of its little hidey hole, up and around, and there you go. It vanishes. I also like the fact that whatever's happening, extra life. That's how you know it was the 90s, because it's got the little X right there. Yeah. So this bit, I don't know what that sack of potatoes was. This bit, you can't go that way. You can only go this way. And you have to take damage, which is incredibly cheap. But yeah, here we are. Level 2, the titular Crypts of Trogan. And much like Switchblade, the game just sort of... Ooh, look at that. Who or what is Trogan? I believe it is the place. I don't really know the plot of this one beyond the weak shall perish. Buy the 128k version. It's so much cooler than the stupid tape version you're gonna get. Oh, hello. I was gonna say, like, that'll be it for now. I don't remember this Orko-looking fella. Possibly because I never owned the full version of this one, you guys. I only had the demo. And it stopped halfway through the underground section, like, partway through level 1. What is that, like, blood tears up there? Man, this game's wild. The main thing that sticks with me with this one is the little, like, as my guy walks around, the little tick-tick-tick noise. I don't know. I really like that. You may be right, Empirical Woodland. There are a few things better than the tape version. I mean, we say that. I'm not playing the tape version. This is a disc loader. Because, let me tell you. If we were playing the tape version, you'd get the authentic CPC stream. Where it's like, it's 3 hours long, and you get 2 games. Oh, dang. Hello, boss number 2. Can I have a slightly more useful magical spell? I feel like this one's just plinking off it. It's like a little penguin baby. But, like, angry. Oh man, these are like the super crypts. Look at that. Are we gonna keep going with that? No, we're not. I've defeated 2 bosses, the most I have ever done in this game. Let's go take a look at something else. I know what we're gonna do next. I know what we're going to do next. No. We're gonna go from one game about wizards fighting to another game about wizards fighting. Look at this guy and his magnificently gay mustache. Listen to this cool jam. Did you see that? Wait till it scrolls back. Press fire to start. You will die. Press fire to begin. Prepare to die. Like, okay. Hey, if you want to do that, Crowley, hang on. We have a way of doing that in this channel, and that is to throw penguins with rainbows at them. Drawn by wonderful person, Goldfish Teeth. Also, look at this cool spirograph. I like that. Anyways, this is Feud. I forget if I reviewed this one. I wanted to. Don't know if I did. So what we have to do is we are this little guy. We are Leoric, the wizard. And we are feuding with our brother Leonoric, the wizard. And what we have to do is to roam around the map and pick up ingredients for our spells. We have to find flowers and such. And use those to brew potions at our little cauldron, which I have forgotten where it is, so that's not going to happen. But also we're doing it against the AI, which knows exactly where everything is, and is on a beeline to get, like, Fireball immediately and throw it in our face. It's going to do that, like right now. I learned about this game from Dr. Stuart Ashen's book. Was that Terrible Old Games, or was that The Flickering Skeletons? I've read the former, not the latter. Your name is in the former. I seen it. But my main thing that I like about this game is the soundtrack. I really enjoyed this little jam. It's also one that I've used a couple times on stream, I used this for the Smash Brothers waiting room music. Oh, it was great. There were 2 games from Stuart Ashton's book that are... Oh no, he's directly above me, and he's gonna come and kill me. But yeah, there was 2 games from Ashton's book that I was considering playing, or at least showing off, because I played one of them, which is LA SWAT. I thought that game was alright. And the other one was Zub, which I have not played, but it's got a remarkable, like, campy 60s alien soundtrack to it. I like it. This game's really difficult without a map, by the way. That's not my brother. That's the gardener. Who, honestly, he's the bigger threat to you throughout this game. Because if you want to get the good stuff, you're going to have to go raid the garden. Which I believe. It's Terrible Old Games. Several pages. Okay, cool. My sister got me that. And it was kind of fun flicking through it. It's like, oh no, I have heard of that one. Oh no, I've played that one. This one, I don't know who Hieke is. It's just a cauldron that is there, and you can't use it. So a couple of points to note about this game right here. I played this game a lot. Like, a lot. Oh, man. And I never did very well with it. Partially because you need to map it. And I tried to map it, not realizing that the game scrolls infinitely. It loops back on itself at a point. And I didn't know that, so I just picked one direction and I made just this massive column because I wasn't very good at making maps. So, oh man, what's even going on with this game? I don't know. Why can't I win? Also, in order to even get into the gardener's ooh. No, I can't use that. In order to even get into the garden, you've got to go through a little hedge maze, which... Man, good luck doing that with ratchet scrolling. Is this a garden of earthly delights? I don't know. It's, it sure is something. Fireball is the spell that you want, because what that does, that auto tracks. So as long as the guy is on screen, he's gonna get hit with that. I say the guy, I mean me. The AI's coming. There you go, AI's coming for me. No! Leave me alone! I am genuinely surprised that, like, I didn't take more damage from the gardener than my brother, because that's usually how it goes with this game. Probably because I've forgotten how to get into the garden. But you see why I had so much trouble with this game? Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to navigate. Smooth scrolling would have fixed it. A lot of it, not all of it. Making it a little easier to navigate just in general. More shortcuts, more hopping down over the ledges like in Pokemon, that sort of thing. That would help. But, no. Game's hard. Doesn't like you. It's also got the same problem that I noticed with Monty Python, where in most games, you don't want your character to come up to the edge of the screen, because that way you can just get ambushed and terrible things happen. Oh, hello, hello. No, we're not nearly there yet. Aw. Very least we get to keep listening to this. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. This is where we get a game over. So, all the good stuff is hidden in the garden. Where is the gardener? Right there! And he is programmed to walk directly into you, and you die. Presumably, you would want to craft an invisibility spell of some sort. So you can, like, come here, the gardener doesn't see you, and then that way you can steal all the stuff when he's not looking. But the ingredients are in the garden. That's fine. Ingredients are in the garden. So he's going to get you. He just is. Right. If I can remember my way back to my cauldron, my goodness, I'm going to be able to craft a potion. The most I have ever done in this game. A lot of this, this is going to be a recurring theme. Much like with Switchblade and a little bit of Stryker. With this, I just played the game to have a game to play. I got this, like, I think it was £1. And, hey, for £1, cannot complain. You know, 2 weeks worth of pocket money. But I'll take it. Because you get this really simplistic loop. But I do like the musical loop. Did I pick you up? Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Why wouldn't I? You're right there. I want someone to sample this. Just, like, lay some rap lyrics over the top of this. And I feel that'd go really well. I would attempt, but no. I saw you, brother. We're not gonna do that. I'm going this way. I want to run away. I'm gonna try and, at the very least, get a hit in. If I can get a hit in, I'll be happy. I just need to remember, like, where anything is in this world. Oh, I remember this area. Weirdly. This is what... Dead! The feud is over. Your life on Earth is terminated. You've attained a rating of 0%. The end! Oh. Ah, well. Honestly, that's about how well Feud goes whenever I play it. So, you know, you're not missing out on anything. From one game with absolutely spectacular music, let's load another one. Crowley9, you mentioned this one when I mentioned, hey, doing a CPC stream. We're going to play this one. The CPC had a unique soundtrack for Dizzy, by the way. C64, ZX Spectrum, they had the music that would go on to be the Magic Land Dizzy theme. I think it was Magic Land Dizzy. Or Fantasy World, one of them. But this is unique to the CPC. this is also unique to the CPC. Alright, let's go! Let's go for a walk. This is Dizzy the Egg. He is such a happy fellow. Look at him go. Oh man. Let's go pick that thing up. Oh! Never mind. Now you're dead. The game is now uncompletable. Not because we can't get that potion bottle. Although I believe we... Oh, we can. Alright, cool. Because we can get the potion bottle. But do you know what we can't do? Is get out of that pit once we get in there. You're just dead. Don't do that. What's my... Is it Q? Yeah, quits the title. Begin anew. Anyways, Dizzy the Egg. Hello. He is so called because he vaults around by spinning, and when he lands, he keeps rolling until he is standing upright. This will kill you many times. I'm going to show you a glitch that I found when I was younger. I was really happy to have found this glitch. Do I mean glitch? Probably not. Let's go this way. Yeah! That little truck is supposed to move, but because I left, it didn't. But now it did. Acme Bird Seed is how we kill those things. You're gonna... This is the problem with Dizzy, right? There is a lot of backtracking in this game. This game in particular has a lot of backtracking. Because you can complete the game without taking the bird seed all the way to the right. You won't. You kinda have to. Oh, also, can I do it? There's a really, like, funny sprite glitch if you stand in the middle of this little rope. Come on. Come on. The game's not gonna let me do it. What a letdown. I would always do it. There you go! Look at him go! Doing that little cat face thing. That always made me smile when I was younger. Anyway. Learned today quite a good original bootleg for the Nintendo 9-bit, Dizzy the Adventurer. Dizzy the Adventurer was a game on... I want to say Super Nintendo? By the way, is this a Proton Pack? No, it isn't. The guys who made this game also made a Ghostbusters game. Don't... No. Ignore that. Ignore it. To answer a question that I asked you earlier, Empirical Woodland, I'm not going to complete this. I'm like, do I want to complete Dizzy? Game's about an hour long, but like, I'm looking at my to-do list for today, and like, I don't know, man, there's already like an hour at the end of this. So no. But what I will do is I will show off. Because we're holding a plastic raincoat, those raindrops collapse. What I will do is show off something really cool that this game does. That I really, really like that this game does. Which is, in order to complete the game, you need to be aware of a particular poem. If these randomly moving enemies will let me get past. There we go. Right. Read that text box up there. And the yellow god forever gazes down. Dead! And we have a gleaming emerald. Now, these two things work in conjunction. Because there is a poem. I'm just gonna get away from you. The green-eyed yellow idol to the north of Kathmandu. A little wooden cross above the town. That's what this game is. It's based on that poem. And that is the yellow art, the green eye of the yellow god. You'll notice the colour yellow is not part of this game. Bit of a problem. Dead. But, like, this taught me about that poem. Because there are so many puzzles in this game which are follow that puzzle, and there you go. You don't get to do that. Game, I will deny you the pleasure. Also, I still remember the cheat code for this. It's Trowbridge, because that was where the game was made. And if you type in Trowbridge, it gives you, well, it's not even a cheat code. It's like a debug mode. It's free movement, essentially. You just go wherever you want. Right, next game. Keeping the chain game going. Oh, is that just going to load? Cool. To play this game, type that. Thank you, Hexagon Protection. Let's play Fast Food. Oh, hang on. Yo! Digitized speech! It's the future! Also, I'm so glad that the Codemasters logo is on the screen. I'm just gonna turn off... Where's my camera? I'm gonna turn me off for a second, and I'm going to turn on this graphic, the Santa Cruz skateboarding logo. Same logo. I don't know how nobody has noticed this and kicked up a fuss about it. Alright, get rid of you and turn me back on again. Alright, back to the game. Starting level 1. Yeah, play level 1. So, this is Fast Food. This is Dizzy. Dizzy the Egg. He was a mascot for the console. And basically that meant that the Oliver twins would put him in a lot of games, regardless as to whether they were, like, Dizzy-themed or not. Most of them, I think 7 of them, were like we saw the first Dizzy game I showed off. Run around, jump around, pick up items, use them to solve puzzles. But then there was Fast Food, Dizzy Down the Rapids, Bubble Dizzy, Quick Snacks, Panic Dizzy. They were more puzzly games that had Dizzy in them to shift units. Let's be honest, because I mean, the fact that Dizzy is yellow in this one and has the big red... I mean, he's always got big red gloves and red boots. But they're highlighted against the yellow, because is this Pac-Man? No, it's not. It's definitely not Pac-Man. Shut up. I got this game for my birthday one year, and I was so happy with it. Because it's like, look, it's a video game, but it's like stuff is moving around, and and there's enemies to fight. And that's more of a video game than Fruit Machine, where it's just one screen, and you don't do anything. I forget when the... Oh, there you go. And then every couple levels, you get an extra life. And a little bonus animation. Look at that! Dizzy straight up killed that guy. Ice cold is what that is. I think that means I can walk through him and... Oh, I can eat them. Okay. Crowley 9. I considered Creatures. But A, Creatures was not on CPC. And B, I couldn't find a way to run it. Creatures is one of those games that I kind of considered, like, why hasn't anybody done anything with that? I mean, similar to this one, I would not mind if somebody made this one and, like, made it run fast. I'd be down for that. I mean, I feel the same way with... Actually, you want to talk about running fast? Yeah! Now it's a tolerable speed! Alright, let's do this level, and then that'll be fast food shown off. But yeah, like, Puznik. Puznik is the other one. I'm wondering why no one's done anything with Puznik, because that game is incredibly frustrating, but at the same time, it's a puzzly game, and you feel really, really smart when you're able to do the puzzly game. This game is, I think, 25 levels long, and then after that it loops again, but all the levels are upside down. And the magazine I got, Amstrad Action, it told you that the best way to complete the game from then on was just turn the whole computer upside down. I don't know if they are being true to that or not. Alright. Also, look at all those moving parts. That's a pretty cool death animation. Like, as they go. Okay, next up. So, we've looked at Dizzy, who was one of the mascots for the Amstrad CPC. Did I just put the right disc in the drive? Hang on, let me check. What disc are you? Yeah, you are the right disc. Adeli has to be Dizzy by now. She's just on this screen spinning, waiting for me to come back to look at her. Anyway. This is the point where if my dad's watching, I'm so sorry, Dad. Let's play Roland on the ropes. Oh, actually, let's also talk really loudly over this bit because this is copyrighted music. Don't listen to it. That is a Western song called Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling. Don't listen to that. So, this game was one of my favorite games in the world on the Amstrad. This guy is Roland. His name was Fred in Spain. This game was called Fred in Spain. Here it's called Roland on the Ropes. And look at all this cool freely scrolling thing that the CPC is doing. It's like, I'm amazed it's able to do this. Ignore the fact that the HUD is just glitching out all over the screen. We're not very good at vertical scrolling on the Amstrad. Nor particularly horizontal. But we are certainly doing scrolling of some description. Anyways, the reason I apologize to my dad and my mom, because she's probably in the room as well with him, is because this is one of those games that I would load up really, really early on like a Saturday morning or something and play at full volume. And this? That's a really annoying sound, isn't it? Imagine that waking you up, but like most Saturdays for years. That is absolutely a sound that my dad still makes when we talk about the Amstrad CPC. And he's like, man, Roland on the ropes. What an annoying sound. It sure was. Also, it's a roguelike. This dungeon was randomly generated. I do not know where the exit is. I have to try and find it. and you can see, where is it? The one that says L. That's level. That game over. Dead. Ignore that. Begin anew. So yeah, it says level 31 at the moment. This game is not fair. We are at the very bottommost tile of this Egyptian pyramid, and we have to make our way to the very top. So you see, level 27, and up we go. But sometimes, you have to go down. And there's ways to avoid all these enemies, but mostly, nah, you're just gonna get hit. And you just have to deal with getting hit. Because there's a lot of random movement in this game. And because it is randomly generated, sometimes the parts come together where you are just going to have to get hit. Oh! And that's why Roland / Fred has such a massive health pool at the bottom of the screen right there. Like, could you imagine if this was your classic one-hit kill? You wouldn't do very well. Oh, actually. Yeah, you want to talk about your classic one-hit kills? I got one of those lined up, I think. If I can complete one level of this, I'll be very, very happy. This game does indeed have Roland on more than one rope. No false advertising. Absolutely correct. This game is spot on. It's gonna be you, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. See, you can tell when you get to the top, because the ropes don't have these rings on them. They have like a pole, and you actually climb out of the dungeon. Yeah, like, look, it's the surface world! We just have to find the rope that lets us exit. And I believe flickers the screen. So if I get there, I'm just going to throw like a general epilepsy warning. Because this was the 1980s. We didn't care. Also, right? Dead. Well, do you know what? We've actually seen all that the game has to show, because... Hi! Ignore that. We've seen all that game has to show, because the next thing that happens is, like, you just go back to the base of the pyramid, and you just do it again. And you begin anew. Right. You. So, let's... This one is a spurious link. Go with me. Helps if you know what you want to run, Andy. I thought that's what it'd be. Right. From raiding tombs to the team that would go on to make Tomb Raider. Huh? Ah, Rick Dangerous 2. I love this game. This game came with a poster in the box of the box art, and it was like this Indiana Jones looking dude, but it was actually Flash Gordon. Anyways, look at this cool little bouncing thing. Crowley says, oh boy, because he knows what this game is. Yeah, you do. Do you want to go to Hyde Park, London? The ice caverns of Frisia? The forests of Vegetabilia? What's that? The atomic mud mines, or the Fat Man's headquarters. Normally, you have to complete the first 4 to get to the 5th one, but like, I don't know if this is because it's the disc version or what, but yeah, they are all just available. What are the commands? Okay, let's take a look at this. ZX, O, and K? What the hell? Why is that what that is? What happened to Q, A, O, and P? The classic. Right, I'm just going to stand my little guy here and bring back my penguin pointer because I want to show you guys something. This sprite, he's supposed to be walking around with like a big cheesy hero grin. This is his eye, and this is his mouth. But when I was younger, all I could see was like this is his eye, and that was just like a little nub on his forehead. So I thought this guy was walking around with like a big scared expression, or like a determined glare. But actually, no, he's just like, hey, I'm the hero man. So this is a conversion of some... I think... What was this originally on? Crowley, you probably know. Was it an Amiga game originally? It was something far more powerful than this, is essentially what we're looking at. And... Dead! Something far more powerful than this. But honestly, this is a really good conversion. It's also incredibly unfair. It might not have been developed for the Amiga, but that's where you know it from. Okay. At the very least, this game doesn't kill you right out the gate. Rick Dangerous 1 does. I wonder what will happen if I push that button. Do you reckon it'll set off this laser array and just kill you? Yes, it will. Oh yeah, no, this game is always incredibly unfair. Do you guys recall when I played Star Tropics, how I went, wow, that's incredibly unfair. Good job I played a lot of garbage games in my youth and built up an immunity. It's this. It was Rick Dangerous 2. Something I'll say that I do like about this game over the original is in the original, the death sound is this little wah sound. But that comedy pew sound, that's just funnier. That's just a lot funnier to me. And hopefully this should register. Yes, it did! You have to know that guy's there in order to fire before you land, and then you don't have to deal with him down here. Oh, by the way, that right there, you have to wait for the laser to pass over you. Because as you go off the edge of that rail... Dead! As you go off the edge of that rail... your head moves up by a single pixel. Which is enough to get caught in the laser beam, and then you die. There is a lot of just... and then you die in this game. Who said you could come back? Ah, that's fine. Something that is kind of cool, though. Look at this. This right here, this is the laser array where we first came into the level. We're just above the starting screen. I really, really like, this game in particular does it a lot. I like when levels double back on themselves like that. Oh yeah, no, the walking barrel of goo is pretty funny. Again, it makes a little bit more sense in the more advanced versions of the game with a bit more processing power behind them. Same deal with this sort of thing. This is a pipe that is on fire. It doesn't really look like that on the Amstrad, but it's still kind of cool. Oh, this bit's a trap. So what you think you have to do, right? Plant your bomb, run back to that ladder. Because obviously up there, there's a button next to a laser beam. It's just going to fire that laser beam. Nope. That crate flies off to the left, and you just die. This is a frequent occurrence in this game, and you just die. I mentioned this when I did the video review of this on my channel. I remember essentially the entire layout of this level. I know where the traps are. I know what to do and what not to do if you want to get through to the end. Because I played this level in particular a lot. I want to say you fire that top laser. Yeah, you do. I played this level a lot, because that's what games were like. Incredibly difficult, and you play them over and over again. You learn the level layout, you learn the ridiculous traps, and that's how you get to complete it. And then after weeks and weeks of trying, when you do complete it, you feel really proud of yourself. Something the first game did much more was good. Here's 1 or 2, 3 paths to go forwards. Only one is safe. How do you know? You don't. Yeah, basically. Well, so, the very first screen of Rick Dangerous 1 kills you outright if you don't immediately begin playing the game. And the only way to know that is to read the manual. Because the manual had this little comic book of Rick arriving in level 1. That's going to fire that laser, isn't it? Sure is. I'm also pretty sure that the right hand ladder fires the laser as well. So let's not do that. It's the fat guy! He's the main antagonist of this series. Anyways, that's level 1. Amazing! Can I do level 2? No! I think I've completed level 2 maybe 1 time. Like ever. So let's not do level 2. Let's take a look. I know what we're gonna do. I know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to you. Brian Blood. I don't have the Brian Bloodaxe disc. I'm very sorry. I do intend to make a community point challenge. So if people want more of this tomfoolery, they can contribute to that. What does that say? Something to do with moving on after a level has done something. I don't know. I'm not going to turn on that cheat. Level depart. 1. Let's start at level 1. What a cool logo. What a cool logo! Let's play Lemmings. Another really good conversion. This, right, going back to Amstrad Action, right, this was one of those ones where level 1, is level 1. Let's go. This was one of those ones where the magazine that my dad and I got, Amstrad Action, they were like, oh, what is this? Do you know what, actually, Crowley? That would make a lot of sense. Pass a level regardless as to how many you saved. Oh, I want my commands. Is it... Ah, there we go. Man, I love this music so much. People generally call this Pachelbel's canon, like, when they're talking about the Lemmings soundtrack. It's not. But I love this piece of music so much. Let's just bundle all the Lemmings out. Everybody out the door! Let's go! So yeah, the magazine my dad and I got, Amstrad Action. When this game came out, they were... No! Dig! Jerk! They were like, oh, what is this? A game where you have to save all the cute little animals and you don't kill anything? This is a game made by girls on their periods. And like, they were just blown away at the very idea that it could be fun to not kill everything on a screen, and sometimes you just want to do a puzzle and save a life. And that guy just went off the edge of reality. Did you see him? I can dig down through here, can't I? Pretty sure I can. Let's not find out. That'd kill him. I don't want to do that. Yeah. But yeah, Lemmings. They had a little 5-level demo of Lemmings on one of their cover tapes, and again, played the hell out of it. There's what's my button? That's my button. It wasn't the first 5 levels, because I don't remember doing this one. Except on the Game Boy, maybe. Did you work? Yes, you worked. Okay. So, Lemmings. I love this game. I am very, very nostalgic for Lemmings as well. And I'll tell you why. There was one point I have this very strong memory of it was at my nan's house, and we were playing Lemmings on the Sega Master System. And one of the foster kids and my dad, we were there, and we were mapping out the level on a piece of... It was the back of a roll of wallpaper. And we had drawn out the level, and it was like a military operation. We need to get the bashes over there, but we can't get the bashes over there because we need them to turn around. So, and we can't just go through it because it's a one-way tile. How do we do this? And it took the 3 of us to solve the puzzle. But when we did solve the puzzle, man, you don't know how happy and satisfied we were that we were able to work out how to do it. I don't know how much more of this I'm going to play. I think I know what level I would like to stop on. My mom used to play Lemmings. Forgot to pick me up for school once for 3 hours because she was playing Lemmings. Oh, it's this music! This is the pause music. I love this. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. But Rixtrus, that's actually really, really cool. And one of the reasons why I like video games as a medium is that, yeah, actually, a lot of people have played the same games, and a lot of people have had similar experiences. And it doesn't have to be shoot, blood, kill, murder everything game. It's Lemmings. You save the lives. It's fun. I don't know about that snare sample, though. I was talking about snare samples in the Discord before I came on today. And, oh, let me tell you. I'm not about this one. Right. I have to put a blocker down here. Because if I put one up here, Lemmings will fall off the edge and they'll die. Man, if there was a game for the Amstrad that required the use of the mouse, it would probably be Lemmings. Didn't work. It was like G-Paint and the Ninja Turtles coloring book. Alright, we could just bundle everybody out. Because all I need to do is put one blocker down here, and we are good to go. But yeah, this is a pretty good conversion. Obviously, it's not going to look nearly as good as something like, you know, the Super Nintendo or the Mega Drive, stuff that was more powerful than the CPC. But at the same time, look at it! Look at all these moving parts! Are you kidding me? How is the Amstrad doing this? Is witchcraft? I don't know. It could be. I'm just enjoying jamming to the music now at this point. That's pretty fun. Also, right, we were talking about mashing mascots onto other things, like with Dizzy and fast food. Let me tell you about the game Lemmings Paintball, because I don't know why Psygnosis decided that Lemmings needed to be a tactical shooter, but it was, and there you go. What a wild choice. Have I saved enough people? I probably saved enough people. What was the nuke command? I've got it written down here somewhere. Hopefully this doesn't end my stream. Nope, it's still up and running. Ah, there you go. And my stream is still up and running. Thank God for that. Alright. Oh no! You want to talk? Actually, there is actually precedent for Lemmings having firepower, and that is Lemmings 2. The Tribes, where they had things like flamethrower lemmings and bazooka lemmings, and I want to say machine gun lemmings, and yeah, an interesting pick. Use miners and climbers. Do 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 do. Tell you what else I associate with Lemmings. Adventure Island. Because, hey, thank you. Because the people who loaned me a copy of Lemmings on Game Boy, because I had the Amstrad, or the demo of the Amstrad version, they loaned me Lemmings, and yeah, Adventure Island 2, which is technically Adventure Island 3 on the NES? I don't know. That series is wild. Why aren't you climbing? Climb. Ah. What is this input latency? I don't like it. It's almost like the Amstrad was not a very powerful computer. It's fine. Also, yeah, look at those particles fly. Moving parts on the Amstrad, not easily done. But when they were done, let me tell you, what a fun time. I think I'm gonna see what the next. I think the next level is the one that I wanted to stop on. And I'll see what it is. If it is, we'll do it. If not, we won't. That's my plan. Because I know exactly what game I'm gonna do next. It's gonna be great. I saw a Lemmings costume at DragonCon once, and it was really clever, because essentially all you need, big green afro wig, and a blue toga, or like a onesie. And if you happen to be carrying like a shovel or a pickaxe or something, bonus. But what they did, when they'd finished their little photo opportunity, one of them went, "Let's go!" And then they all marched off single file, which is like, yes! I appreciate you doing that, Lemmings. Oh yeah, this is the one. You need bashes this time. This was one of the levels on the demo that always gave me the most hassle. I had a lot of trouble doing this level. And you're gonna look at it, and you're gonna go, alright, why? And the answer is, this little honeycomb over here. For whatever reason, couldn't figure out how to get through it. Because these Lemmings, some of these platforms, you can walk through them. Some of them they fall through. How do you know what's what? I don't know. You figure it out, dummy. Maybe bash through some of them? I don't know. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Awesome. I mostly wanted to see if this was going to be as difficult to do now as I remembered it being when I was, 6 or whatever. Turns out, no. But, like, this was one of the levels in the demo. I trouble with it. Not so much now. Good to know. Oh, and here come the rest of the boys. They're just gonna all go in one at a time. I mean, we say this about Lemmings Paintball, oh, I have to be a tactical shooter. It's actually a lot of fun. I'm not very good at it. A lot of good soundtrack as well, like really sinister sounding "You Gon' Die" music, which is weird because, again, Lemmings, which has super cute, fun soundtrack. I enjoyed it. Right, what are we... I know what we're going to do next. Right. Would you like to see... We've just done one game about super duper cute animals. Would you like to see another one? Tough? You're going to. Let's play penguins! This was a Christmas present from the Amstrad Action cover tape. And, yes. Said, what the hell are these controls? This is why I can't WASD, incidentally, because we just won! Amazing! This is why I can't WASD, because I grew up with QAOP, and that is ingrained into my brain. Penguins! It's like Lemmings, but colder. Actually, it's not. This is Pengo, which was an arcade game. So you see these little... Well, you don't see those little pink squares. They're gone. Those little pink squares are walrus eggs. And we have to either break all the walrus eggs and kill all the walruses, or line up 3 gemstones. And if we do that, then we win. Also, hell yeah, look at this speed. Speed! We're doing... See, the Amstrad could do it. Yeah! I love smashing those guys. It's great. Oh, hang on. Oh. I was going to try and trap him in this little box in the left, because then he couldn't get out. And if he couldn't get out, you know, my penguin is safe forever. But yeah, this game, a lot of fun. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Iframes? What are those? Now you're just dead. Are we going to run out the clock? No, we're not going to run out the clock. Okay. I'm sorry, what the hell is this screen? And now we're safe. Like forever. So, yeah, ways to win. You can squash all of the walruses, but you also have to break all the eggs, which you can do by repeatedly killing them so they have none left to hatch. Or, you know, smashing the eggs, which are hidden inside these various cubes. I forget which one the other ones are in. Or, you line up the 3 little diamonds, and popcorn plays. This is the reason I know about the tune Popcorn. Literally just this game. I'm hopefully going to talk over it loud enough that this doesn't get pinged by Content ID. Because it shouldn't. Because it's just a piece of game music. But, you know, probably will. This game is also incredibly unfair. You've seen how fast this guy moves. He moves exactly as fast as I do. He knows exactly where I am. And once he sees me, he's just dead. You are just dead. There you go. That's penguins. This was one of the best... one of the best Amstrad action cover tapes, incidentally, because also on this one was Tank Busters, which is totally not Atari's Battle Zone. What are you talking about? I don't know. Battle Zone? More like nothing. This game doesn't exist. Shut up. And, yeah, Tank Busters and this. And that was a, like, 1-2 punch of really, really good games. I don't think I've ever seen this setup before. What's this? Right, you were an egg, weren't you? Yeah. So now all I need to do is to catch you. And I'm running out of opportunities to do that. So I don't think that's going to happen now, is it? No. Oh, nearly. There you go, and you just win, because there's no more enemies to come and get you. The game just, like, assumes that you would solve the gemstone puzzle, and there you go. And then as you go on, obviously, it's gonna... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that you could do that. Walrus number 2 can kick the edges of the wall, which, to be fair, you can do as well. Which makes him dizzy! It also makes your partner dizzy if they're touching the wall. So you're going to want to be careful doing that. But yeah, this is the point where the game's like, Yeah, you've played enough penguins for now. Stop playing penguins. We're going to stop playing penguins now. Also, it gets faster. Game speed is fast. Game speed is ridiculous. I love that those are the two options. Fast and ridiculous. That might actually be a Spaceballs line. I don't remember. Anyways, let's combine the last two games that we played. If I can find my disc. Where is it? You are under T. Of course you're under T. I do not know how to boot this one. There you go. Infinite lives? Sure, why not? Infinite oxygen? No. Time? No. You're under T for The New Zealand Story by Ocean. Anytime you see Ocean, it's a roll of the dice. Is this going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Well, let me tell you what. This is the best conversion in the world. And I'll tell you why. Because The New Zealand Story was like the game. You had to play the game, The New Zealand Story. And I got to join in with this conversation in a highly limited... in a highly limited, framey manner. Look at him go! Oh, Tiki, you're the best. This game is the best. This is either the best or the worst. Which is it? Yes. Okay. Honestly, it is not the best conversion of the New Zealand Story. I want to say C64 did a pretty good job of it. C64 probably had New Zealand Story, right? I'm thinking of Rodland. Ooh. Oh. Hang on. Did they? Oh, disappointed. The devs didn't know about the secret door. Yeah, I'm hurrying up. Shut up. I saved my friend. But, like, let me tell you what absolutely blew my mind, right? First of all, ooh, joystick. That means that I can steer airborne devices, and they won't fall to the ground. Which is exactly what you want in a stage with airborne devices. Here we go. Yeah, so I had the New Zealand Story, and when I found this in an arcade, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what is these sensational graphics? This looks so much better than the CPC, and the game is so much more fun. And, but yeah, because New Zealand Story is one of my favorite games. Because of this, because of that. And, I love this. I believe this is the part where the game goes completely off the script, because this isn't... I don't think this is the next level in the New Zealand Story. I think this is just something they made up. Aww. Can I have a vehicle? Thank you very much. But, like, the fact that they got the music down, the fact that it scrolls comparatively smoothly, the fact that it's... Okay, the playing screen is fairly small, which, yeah, okay, you're gonna get that in an Amstrad game. How many games have we seen today that had big old borders around 90% of the screen to save on RAM? But, like, I got to play it. Oh, okay. So this area is supposed to have a little little walkway in it, because that is where you get to the There's a secret path later on in the game which takes you in there. Of course, there's no secret path, because this is a tape loader, or the CPC was natively a tape loader. And if you're going to load just chunks of levels, you're not going to want the player to skip around them. Because then, you found the secret. 5 minutes of sitting there. Such excitement. Like, there's a reason we're doing this on a disc loader and not a tape loader. Because the speed, the comparative speed required. Come on, Bat, me and you. We're going to the end of this level together. Is this the boss stage? I think this might be the boss stage. Did the CPC have cartridges? So, no. The 464, which is what my family had, was tape loading. The 664, which is what this is, had discs. Have a good night, Reese. Hope you have a good sleep, and we will see you in the morning. We'll be alright. We've got like 2 games left. Aww. We have maybe 2 games left. And, man, if the game's gonna be doing that, I might just skip right to the next one. But yeah, 464 had cassette drive. 664, which is this one, has a disc drive. The GX4000... I never learn. But I can do mid-air jumps! Forget you, game! Sploits! GX4000, which was the 6128 Plus, but in an ugly disc-shaped box, that had cartridges. Oh, that's a nice touch, actually. The fact the game lets you hold on to a balloon like that. Oh, that's horrifying! Is the game going to do the thing it is supposed to do with the frozen whale? I'll bet you it isn't. See, what you're supposed to do with the whale is it eats you, and then you shoot it from the inside. And when I discovered that, I was really, really proud of myself. From the sounds of it, no, this one's just hit the open mouth, and you'll be fine. Man, what is this boss theme? What is this boss? Am I doing damage? Hopefully I'm doing damage. It sounds like I'm doing damage, so hopefully, yes. We did. I want you to know, every single time I save one of these little Kiwi friends, no matter what version of the game I'm playing, I do a little jig, and it is taking all I have not to do a little clap clap at the end of it, because it's the kind of person I am. Right. What we're going to do is two little quickies, I think. And we're going to start... Yeah, we're going to start with you. This one, super quickie. Man, I'm good at typing. Remember right at the start when I typed IKN instead of ink? Yeah. Let's play a game called Seymour Take 1, which I find is a lot more interesting if you pronounce it Seymour Take 1. Did I do that joke when I Let's Played this? Yes, I did. So this game was a Christmas present from whoever made this. Big Red Bus. And it's a Christmas present. Just 5 or 6 little rooms. It's a sample. It's a run into the next game that they made and that we're going to play. This is Seymour. He's, yes, horrifying. Crawley, good shout. Does he animate? Nah. Oh, he does! So, Seymour's thing was... I don't think he does it quite as much in this demo, but he has so many idle animations. Which is wild, because generally characters don't do that. Like that. He'll roll his eyes, he'll tap his fingers. Great. I wonder what this switch does. Thunk. That might not seem like a lot, but it's important that we do that. And we will see for why. Alright, let's grab... Gosh, it's a sharp knife! I forget what else was on the cover tape, but yeah, this was a free game that was on one of the Amstrad Action cover tapes. And... I didn't quite know what was going on. You have to figure it out yourself. Hey, Broccoli. Seymour, thank goodness you're here. What's up, Pepper? Everyone's gone on location, and there's no one left to shoot the big rescue scene. Golly, this could be my big chance. Scene 3. Kathy has been tied to the railway track in front of the Noon Express. Dex rescues her in the nick of time. Gosh, it's a movie script. So this guy, the Seymour games played very much like the Dizzy games, in as much as, specifically Dizzy 2. Like, you see top left, the stuff we're picking up is cycling through our inventory. The next thing we pick up will push the next thing we pick up will push out the first thing we picked up. And there's a point in Dizzy 2 where that will kill you if you aren't careful. I'll just load the camera with this film. Seymour, what are you doing? Stay still, Faye, while I tie you to this railway. I'm just gonna do that. Don't mind me. This lever starts it, I think. Better stand well clear once it's got up steam. Right, we are now being timed. Because I wonder if I hope I haven't done this in the wrong order. Action! I bet I've done this in the wrong order. Go! Fear not, Kathy. I'll soon cut you free. Dex, my hero! Alright, there we go. First of all, this sprite is ridiculous. They do not need to look like that. I'll take the film out now. Gosh, it's a used reel of film. But also... Do you say anything? Hi there. Hello, Seymour. Oh no, that's just the default dialogue right there. So having done that, we can head back into the room over here. And back over here. Into this room with a suspiciously dark palette. Now let's develop the film. Gosh, it's a developed reel of film. You'll see why shortly. Now, we've seen another movie camera in, like, the only other room. So, hey, you stop that. Now, let's see what I managed to get into the can. It's really cool that the movie was able to do these subtitles automatically, isn't it? Bravo! You captured the whole scene. This means you make it as an international megastar. Press A to watch the film again. Press any other key to continue. And I'll tell you what's really, really incredible to me about that scene, right? There are so many variations of that scene. The game tells you off if you're holding the script. It tells you off if you haven't read the script. It tells you off if you let the train hit Faye. It tells you off if you die. It thinks about so many things that you could have done, and it accounts for all of them. And the fact that it like plays back a little bit, that's pretty clever. Nice one. You made it to megastardom. But a megastar's life isn't easy, as you will find out in Seymour at the movies. Out now at a software store near you. Are we going to play Seymour at the movies? No. We're not going to play Seymour at the movies. I honestly did not know that this kept going. I thought it was just like, here's your screen, you did well. Anyway, are we going to see less at the movies? No, we're not going to see less at the movies. What we're going to do is we're going to load up you. And what we're going to do, this is the CPC Gamer Redemption arc. I played this game way back on my channel. It's one of the first full Let's Plays I did. I hated it. I did such a bad job of it. Mainly because I thought that this voice was really funny, and it isn't. You want to talk about Seymour looking horrifying, by the way? Right there, Crowley. Nightmare fuel. We're going to play Wild West Seymour from Big Red Software in 1992. That's about all the introduction I have. Oh, although, what I will say, something that I was considering in my run-up to making this channel was, before I decided on like the sunset motif, or the changing times of day motif, I considered doing like this, Amstrad game borders as my stream border, and then I thought that might be a little misleading, so maybe let's not do that. Alright, Wild West Seymour, let's go. Look, he's got a new hat. Seymour arrives at Leamington to start shooting his new movie, but strange things are afoot at Cody's HQ. Now, play on. I think I will. Seymour, something terrible has happened. Someone has blown up Dave's safe and destroyed the script. Not the script? I haven't learned my lines yet. Not only that, the film crew have gone off to look for their lost equipment. What, everyone? Yes, even Game Genie's gone missing. Seymour, I almost forgot. I found this note. Is it a clue? I just don't know, Rich. Look, Seymour, I've got to see a man about a house. I'll see you later. That's a much better voice. Much better voice than this one. Anyways, the note says, Seymour, adios, amigo. Ha 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 ha. Signed, El Bandito. P.S. Grrr. Who is this El Bandito? Alright, anyway, let's put you down. We don't need you. Yeah, Game Genie. Totally, officially licensed, allowed to be here, Game Genie. Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Who said thus? Hi, I'm Seymour. Who are you? Why, I'm the Game Genie, stupid. Who else do you think could find a way into this engine? Now go away and let me get some sleep. I love this color scheme, by the way. Red, white, and purple. Love it. Hi, Pete. Have you found your stuff already? Yes, except for my film and the power pack. Have you hurt your hand? Yeah. It's nothing. Give me the camera. Let's see what I can do. Gosh, it's a handy-dandy portable camera. Right. This is the bit that I can't do. This is where the rest of this stream is going to take place. Me trying to leap, because like you can't just jump up. You've got to jump through the corner, but not through that bit of the corner. And you have to jump through that tree. But it gets even worse than that. Because when you get into the tree, well, you'll see when you get into the tree. Because exclusive to the CPC version is tomfoolery. You fall. As you go through that tree, you fall. You don't do that in the Spectrum version. That's exclusive to this version. They gave us hard mode. None of your baby games with a Spectrum. Alright, make this jump, Andy. You better make that jump, Andy. Gosh, it's a groovy movie clapperboard. I forget why I said that. Oh, is it Murder by Numbers? I recently found one of those, and I said that exact line. Gosh, it's a groovy movie clapperboard. Right. Let's go drop that off in the bus. The bus has been washed. Gosh, it's a handy-dandy portable camera. We know that. Let's go. Thankfully, we don't need to go up there ever again. And I think there's only one more jumping puzzle in the game. So, we're safe. Comma, for now. Something I really, really like, by the way, is you see on top of the screen, every room has a name. Oh, sorry, that was a pile of magic seeds. And you are a plunger. If I just plant these seeds, nothing will happen. Genuinely, planting those seeds does nothing. You can complete the entire game without doing it. It doesn't raise any internal flags. You just can, if you want. Oh, that's an unfortunate reference. Oh no. Gosh, it's a remote control. Let's just ignore that. Hi, Claire. Do you have any copies of the script? Not now, Seymour. Trying to find a plumber. Well, I have a plunger. And let me tell you, ma'am, I'm not wearing a tie. I think that's how that goes. If I just switch this remote control on... Yikes! What have I done? Well, Crowley 9. There used to be a TV show called Rolf's Cartoon Club, hosted by one Rolf Harris. We don't talk about him. Someone's blown up the safe. What's this taped to the door? Is this Dave's safe combination? I'm also gonna take you. Honestly, Crowley 9? Spot on, let's be honest. No, remove those thoughts from your head. We don't do that. By the college that I went to, they had an original hand-drawn Rolfaroo from when he helped out at one of the summer schools, and they were like, "Oh, we've got to take that down now. We were so proud of it, and yet no more." I like, fair play, you know, absolute monster. Get in the bin, which I will then set on fire. But like, there is no follow-up. Get in the bin, set on fire. Okay. So, this game has a little bit of backtracking going on, which isn't as bad as the Dizzy games. What's this little thing hanging out of Dave's horribly broken plane? Gosh, it's a battery pack! There is a bit of backtracking, but not nearly as much as Dizzy. I'll just slip this battery into the camera. Like, there was a part in Dizzy 1. If I do another CPC stream, I will play Dizzy 1. That'll be the first one. And there is the very end of that game, you have to take an item from the very leftmost screen to the very rightmost screen. By the way, is this a familiar puzzle? Sure is. Gosh, it's a can of film. I'll just load this camera with film. The reason we do this, incidentally, is if we don't turn the lights off, then the film gets completely blown out, and all you get is a white screen. And Seymour Take 1 tells you off for it. This game also does that, but you have to, like, just go get another can of film, it's fine. Gosh, no wonder the sink was blocked. Gosh, it's an ignition key! Weirdly, the Cartoon Club is not the most pressing and problematic thing in this game. We'll get to that. Look, Claire, the ignition keys were blocking the sink. Oh, how did they get in there? I don't know. I've got a feeling it was no accident. We'll just preface it by saying this game came out in 1992. It was acceptable. How to start the engine with this key? What was that? Excellent, Seymour. That's my camera all ready to roll. Get the rest of the stuff in the bus, and then we can go. That just reminds me of there's a Freakazoid episode where they parody Johnny Quest, and all the good guys look at the bad guy and go, "Aye!" And I thought that was really funny. Who are you? I'm Game Genie. Did you just start the bus? Yep. Why? Because I was taking a snooze. You woke me up. Sorry, Game Genie. Go away. I'm sulking. This looks like a combination for a safe. Is that any use, Game Genie? That's no safe combination, Seymour. That's a magic code. Delicious. Oh, yuck, he's eating it. And here's what you wished for. Wow, just what I always wanted. Gosh, it's a stunning begonia. Yeah, it always struck me that these tires were kind of flat. That bus isn't going anywhere. Oh, Empirical Woodland. You know exactly what I'm talking about then. Cool. Hello, Claire. Oh, Seymour, I just know it's around here somewhere. That's okay. Here, take these flowers. They should bring a smile to your face. Oh, you're such a sweetie. I'll go get a vase for them. And then, yeah, leave the screen, come back, raise your event flags. Hello, Claire. Oh, Seymour, you're back. I found that script. It was under the vase. Gosh, it's a Wild West movie script. Also, of note, the little script sprite has a number 3 on it, because this is the 3rd time they have used that sprite. Because Seymour Take 1, Seymour at the Movies, and now this one. I think that's a neat little addition to the game. Right. Just dump you in the bus. I think that's everything. And I think... now we leave? Alright, that's all the stuff in the bus, so let's get the show on the road. Act 2, The New World. Seymour and the crew are now in Philadelphia. Filming is just about to start. In this part of the movie, our squelchy chum has to make his way towards the Wild West in search of some adventure. I'm so bad at reading autocue. There's a train to Chattanooga, but catching it ain't gonna be easy. The film has begun, and our story requires our squelchy hero to catch the train out of town to Chattanooga. Now, play on. Oh, also, the name for this room, you see up there? Act 2, that's the password to get over here. That's pretty clever. Crowley, go have fun at the store. You may very well be back in time for the problematic part. This game goes places. Just gonna take this broom. Oi, you can't sneak past me. You need a ticket, young fella. It's right here in my wallet. Oh no, my wallet's gone. That had everything in it. I guess I'll have to get a job. Well, you better hurry up, mister. The train's leaving real soon. I'll get lost. Booted! You take damage from that. You can die from that. That's kind of funny to me. I don't know why. The game just kills you. This door is either locked or stuck. I guess we're in Silent Hill. Who knew Silent Hill was in or on the way to Chattanooga, depending on what script you're reading? I'll just sweep up. Gee, it's a rail ticket. You done a good job there, son. Here's $1 for your time. What a chump. All that work for just $1. Gee, thanks, Dan. What a miser. All that work for just $1. I think that's a pretty good gag. Also, yeah, plugging random numbers into the Game Genie gets a beneficial result. It's even better when you learn how that sort of stuff works. Game Genie was how I learned about hex code. Here's my ticket. Can I get on now? Not unless you've got your rail card. Can't use it without this ticket. Can't use this ticket without it. There you go. See, got that word right. Well, I got lost. Hi, my name's Sam. Can I be of any assistance? Hello, do you know of any jobs around here? I'm sorry, son, but I got no jobs. Go try Dan at the store. Oh, okay, bit of sequence breaking there, that's fine. So speaking of Amstrad Action, actually, the magazine my dad and I got, they demonstrated how to make a Seymour game with this screen right here, or this outside screen right here. Because they were saying, like, here's how we do it. These boxes, essentially that's just one sprite. We don't need to redraw it. We ported them in from the first game. Why would we need to redraw them? Oh no! It's not Silent Hill at all, it's Clock Tower! This is the worst! I'm thinking of something else. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, I am thinking of something else. Well, since I'm up here, let's go do that. Gee, it's a silver key! Here's my ticket. Can I get on now? No, we need a rail card. Go away. I actually don't remember how to get the rail card. I mean, there's only 3 locations, so it's fine. Incidentally, this one right here, this is a very Amstrad color scheme. Red, white, and gray. That one shows up an awful lot. Like, I mentioned Maze Mania a couple times. It shows up in that, in particular. I'll just put my dollar in the slot. Hi, my name's Sam. Can I be of any assistance? Excuse me, Sam, but did my photos come out okay? Nope. Don Booth has always been a bit temperamental. You have another dollar? We'll try it again. Now, that part always happens. The game always says, the photo booth is temperamental, it's not going to work. Come back, try again. I think I remembered how to get the... I know what we gotta do. Now we just sweep up again. And we have the same exchange with Shy Dan as we did before. But there. Wait up, boy. I found this in the back just a moment ago. No use to me. So we get a shiny dollar. A young Squelchy Blob's rail card. And we drop the broom. Incidentally, that is what Seymour is as a character. There was always a bit of discussion. Is he like a potato? A blob of lard? What is he? He's a squelchy thing. He is a small, squelchy thing. Alright. Got my rail card. Here you are. Let me see that. Aha! Just as I thought. Your picture ain't on it. Now get lost. And he booted us so hard, we died. No, no, no. Give me that dollar. Right. You may have to recycle this puzzle again, incidentally. If you're not standing here, or if Seymour is blinking, then the game tells you off, and you have to go sweep the floor again, and try again. Hi, my name's Sam. Can I be of any assistance? Excuse me, Sam, but did my photos come out okay? Why, sure they did, son. Here you go. Gee, it's a passport-sized photograph. I had to get my passport photo taken today, and my God, I look like death. Can I please get on the train now? More than my job's worth. Rail cards are invalid before 10 a.m. Look, train will be leaving real soon, so you better hurry up. I've got lost. Honestly, I think that's kind of a funny bit as well. Just the very idea that there is one thing after another that you absolutely cannot get on the train. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. So, in order to get on the train, you may have figured out what we have to do. We have to Hill Valley it, essentially, and scramble all the way up to the top of the tower with a clock in it. The most cursed game series in history that will not leave me alone, no matter how hard I try. And then this is irritating platforming section number 2. There you go. Probably because the CPC gamers were superior to the Spectrum gamers. This key seems to be doing the trick. Oh no, the key snapped off. But yeah, CPC gamers were better than the Spectrum gamers. That's why we had to do the little jumpy puzzles when you guys didn't. You just got to walk over the edge. Right. A rail card, a rail ticket, a passport-sized photograph. Haven't I already told you that rail cards are invalid before 10 a.m.? But look up there, mister. The clock says it's 10 a.m. Well, train must be running late. Hurry along now. And away we go. Excellent. Now I can just sit back on the train and relax. Chattanooga, here I come. I love this music. This music's great. Act 3, Train Trouble. Seymour sleeps as the train passes through Chattanooga. But there's something quite strange About that, Steward. He's got his, hand bandaged, and he acts in a very shifty manner. All of a sudden, the train stops, and Seymour wakes up for her, while Seymour is that's my dreading impression, I hope you like it. For a while, Seymour is entertained by the steward, who plays his harmonica to pass the time. Half an hour passes, and the steward dashes off to see what the problem is. Desert bandits? A red Indian ambush? Who can tell? But rest assured that it will all become painfully clear as the cameras roll. I don't know that I would describe my gameplay experience as painful, but you do you, Codemasters. Seymour settles down for the long journey ahead. The steward seems very strange as he goes to see where the train stops. Now, play on. Gee, it's another threatening note. Your absence was precisely the entire second act. Don't worry, there was like 2 jokes. And so, Seymour finds himself stuck in the desert with no water. What a pity. And so, for the last time, adios, amigo, el bandito. P.S. I make a very convincing steward, no? Gee, he was here the whole time. Alright, get rid of you. It's an elastoplast. And it's a pair of surgical scissors. And it's a harmonica! Alright, let's just put those down over here. Cripes! It's too dark in here for me! And then we leave. Right. The first thing we need to do is... so there's a couple of things we need to do that are quite unintuitive. First of all, there's an item on this screen. What's this I'm standing on? Gee, it's coal! That's a little unfair, because that's not a sprite like the rest of the items. But whatever. This furnace needs coal. There you go. Now, second thing we have to do is head this way. In my original run of this game, I sped this up and I played the Benny Hill theme tune. Couldn't get away with that these days. Because it was that or Sing. And I had a little song all made up about it. And it's like, I find myself walking all the way down the train tracks. Or whatever. It was bad. I'm not very good at singing. Gee, it's a bit of tumbleweed. And back we go. I think that's a little unfair. Like, that's an incredibly unintuitive puzzle, and I don't know how I figured that out. Because I did. This is one of the few games where I figured it all out, start to finish, on my own. I felt quite proud of myself for having done that. And I'm not sure why I decided to just wander off down the train tracks and give up. This tumbleweed will help set the coal alight. Alright, next we need you and you. And on we go. Come on, Empirical. You know I'm saucy in a loving way. I don't actually mean it. This is another great CPC color scheme. Once again, red, white, and purple. Same as the big red bus, actually. So there you go. Sling your hooks, Seymour. And we get booted. Unless I'll use this harmonica to play a lullaby and send the snake to sleep. I don't think a harmonica is going to be putting anyone to sleep, Seymour. But you do you. Excellent. That sent him safely off to sleep. Howdy, partner. Howdy, Seymour. I don't mind you taking my pickaxe, but you'll have to pay me for my bucket. Sorry. Gee, it's a pickaxe. Let's take that pickaxe. Now, there's a bit of a clue for what to do here. Because if we go over here, this one's called the Hollow Hills. And if we dig here, this looks like a good place to dig. Yikes! The floor's crumbling! Hi, Game Genie. Where in the galaxy am I? And what are you doing here? We're on the set of the new Duck Bodgers movie, Seymour, and I'm one of the stars. Are you the hero, Duck Bodgers? No, I'm the guardian of this temple on the planet Tristeza. And if you thought that was a hot reference... Hi, are you Duck Bodgers? I know what this pun is. I'm already bracing for it. No, I'm Ham Polo, and I've got a really sore hangnail. These scissors should help you trim that nail. Ah, wonderful. I hear you're in a Wesson. Take my ore detector. You'll save loads of time looking for gold. Looks like a broken radio to me. What's going on with that radio? Hi, Game Genie. I'll teleport you back to your own film set while we carry on with this mega movie. Not even the cheapest thing they are about to do in this game. Don't even worry about it. Pity this is such a low-budget movie, otherwise you'd be able to hear the ore detector bleeping like crazy. I'll just dig here. A huge chunk of gold! You can't just get that, by the way. If you dig over there, Seymour doesn't have any reason to do it, so he refuses. You have to dig to the left first, and then dig to the right. Howdy, partner. Howdy, Seymour. Will you take this gold in return for your bucket? Oh, sure. I know a deal when I see one. Let's just, dump those. We don't need those. Now, I'm going to save you guys a bit of time. There's a hole in the bucket. If we go to the Tristasan Temple and fill it up with the water, it won't work. The water will just fall right out. So let's just take that. This plaster should cover the hole in the bucket. There you go. Now, we have to pick those up like that, because I believe the game is well, I don't believe, I know. The game is programmed in such a way that you can't drop anything in the temple. And I don't remember if the game tells you to sort your inventory out first. But it absolutely will not let you leave anything in there. So, let's just save a bit of time that way, shall we? Yes, let's. Do you plug the hole with a band-aid? That sounds like well, you cover it up. You put the plaster across it. It won't work. Because it's not that, water resistant. But there you go. Oh, Game Genie, you jerk. I needed that water. Where am I supposed to find water in the desert? You don't. That's why it's the desert. Okay. We try again. I'll just fill this bucket with water. There we go. And now, we can continue on. We put the water in the boiler. We use the cigar to light the coal and the tumbleweed. And away we go. Act 4, The Lonesome Trail. Seymour drives the train west. Suddenly, he can see the bridge ahead. Oh no! The bridge has gone. Now, Seymour can't carry on. Quick-witted as ever, Seymour pulls on the brake and just manages to stop the train. Will Seymour ever finish the movie? And what about a sequel? Just some of the questions that won't get answered might be answered as you witness the final act of Wild West Seymour. Seymour travels west, but oh no, the bridge is gone. The train can't carry on. Seymour stops the train and begins to investigate. Now, play on. Right. First of all, safety pin. I'm going to ignore that. You don't need it to complete the game. You absolutely don't. It's kind of like planting the seeds in Act 1. Don't need it. Second of all, it's a crate of whiskey. That kind of blended into the background, especially since the box is not a unique sprite. So, That would have been a lot cooler if you'd, like, highlighted that in some way. Howdy, son. Desert ain't no place to be alone. My name's Al Angles, and I'll give you a lift someplace. Gee, thanks. Not so fast, Seymour. Don't forget you need the props for the next scene. This is super cheap, by the way. Game Genie shows up and forces the items in that screen into your inventory. Even the one you don't need. I wonder why we've stopped. Say, Mr. Angles, why have we stopped? Mr. Angles, why have we stopped? Engines. Thousands of them. Right. This is the part where I pause and I be like, alright, chat. Let's you and me. Little tete-a-tete, yeah? You're gonna see a couple things in this chapter. It was wrong then. It is wrong now. We're gonna gloss over it and pretend that it's not there. As I often do, as an Englishman. The Empire? What Empire? Shut up. It's still real to me. Little Drippy is dead. I'm very sad and I want to be alone. What a bogus accent. I forget, but I want to say I did that during my Let's Play as well. It's like, oh goodness, this Little Drippy is dead, you know. Wonder what's in here. Go away, I want to be alone. Wonder what's in here. Oh, it's a set of water wings. Hup. Gee, I guess water wings work better when you inflate them. Dead. That's not fair, but also that's really funny. I'm glad they thought about that. You might be right, Crowley. You just might be. Mr. Angles, could you blow up my water wings, please? I'm a lot of puff. Anything for you, Seymour? I wonder why they are called water wings here. Possibly because the game is set in America. Because that's not, at least where I live, that's not what we call them. They're just called armbands. I wonder what's in here. Ah, blob bring firewater. If only I had my pipe too. I wonder what he's thinking. Don't worry, Crowley. It gets worse. Oh, how it gets worse. Gee, it's a sturdy-looking shovel. I like the fact that it's held, like, you can see the edge of the set. Because this is a movie, so it's just like a propped-up board. It's like the Hollywood map in Overwatch. If anything, Angles should be asking for my signature, because I am the world-famous megastar, Seymour. You know the one. Ah, this bone looks different.
What was this poking out from under the soil? If I just dig a little... Of course! They buried the rain spell along with little Drippy. Surely it's not about to get worse. Ah, Blob-ring pipe. So what's up, Chief? Our witch doctor has died, and we need him to make it rain so our crops can grow. So how do I make it rain? You think I'd be asking if I knew? Well, we read ahead in the script a little bit, and that's where that's why we have the rain dance spell. So I guess I have to do a little jig. Maybe I have to wait now. Nah, what you have to do is leave the screen and come back. Gee, it's a handful of strange crops. It's not that. At the very least, it's not that. Right? It could have been that. It's not. I wonder what's in here. Ah, bring a crop. What is this strange crop? I don't know, you can stick it in your pipe and smoke it for all I care. Oh, there's an idea. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. I think I'll call it tobacco. What a dumb name. Cut! That was great, Seymour! Gosh, do you really think so? Thanks! Say, did any of you see that terrible El Bandito character? He was a terrible character. No development, no arc. All we found was his bandage and a trail of footprints leading into the desert. We won't see him again. I'm not so sure. We've just completed Wild West Seymour! Good job, everybody. And so the film is finished, and Seymour can take a vacation in the States. But who is El Bandito? Why did he want to wreck the movie? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, Seymour will catch up with him one day soon, and sort him out. Is this the last Seymour game? No, actually. But the next one was Sergeant Seymour Robot Cop, Sergeant Seymour Robot Cop. Which is... I want to say that one was Bomb Jack? Or was it Stuntman Seymour? I forget. Basically, they did the same with this as they did with Dizzy, where there was Seymour at the movies, Wild West Seymour, Seymour Take One. They were, like, the games like this. And there was Sergeant Seymour Robot Cop, get out of here, racism. Sergeant Seymour Robot Cop, Super Seymour Saves the World, Stuntman Seymour. Wait, they said they trademarked Game Genie. Did they actually get permission to do that? If they did, that's amazing. How did... I'll bet they didn't. I'll bet they just decided they were going to put him in there and ask for forgiveness rather than permission. As we looped, I wasn't paying attention. I was mostly rambling about engines. No, we're not. It's the end. Or is it? Yes. You don't Masters of the Universe me, game. Get out of here. And then we just booted back to the main screen. How nice. Well, you know what? That is essentially everything I set out to do today. And that was a mere sample of the games available on the Amstrad CPC. Some of these games, all of these games, ones that I played when I was younger, that I loved and enjoyed. And I had an absolute blast playing them here again today. I'm definitely going to... Well, let me tell you, Crawley9, Oh, hello. Act 1, last minute hassles. Seymour arrives at Codemasters to start making his first Wild West movie. But all is not well. Someone has blown up Dave's safe, and the script too. What's more, the film crew have had all their gear stolen. The show must go on, and it's all up to our squelchy hero. In trying to sort everything out, Seymour soon uncovers a web of deceit, suspicion, and bad jokes. Ah, that's fine, actually. I like that. Right. Here's my ending screen. We're gonna go raid someone. And who is that someone gonna be? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Not two. Twit. There you go. See, Beep Salt's playing Clock Tower, so I'm tempted to go and yell at Beep Salt. But we're gonna go say hello to Detective Heartache, because she's always raiding us. We're gonna go raid her. She's playing the evil within, and what the hell? I'm gonna go be watching her after this. Anyway, let's go do that. Next week, the timetable's gonna be a bit wonky, because I've got some closes going on. But we're gonna continue on with Fatal Frame, Dredge, and probably finish Murder by Numbers, actually, because I get the feeling I'm at the end. We'll see. Check the Discord for the timetable. Either way, come back next time for that. And until next time, goodbye!